Okay, it's fluency time. Fluency is doing something easily and accurately, and I bet you would like your students to be able to compare decimals easily and accurately. So let's think about some activities to help students compare to the hundredths place, compare to the thousandths place, and then to be able to read and write these decimals to the thousandths place with an eye on comparison. So one of the activities that you might consider is decimal war. Here, each partner will set up a game mat, and one student will shuffle a deck and the other will go first. So here, partners take turns drawing a card and then deciding which place value to assign to a digit. So here, students have the choice of thinking about the tenths, hundredths, and thousandths place. And so maybe if you do have a higher card, you might put that on the tenths place, and a lower card, put that on the thousandths. Then students choose another card and then they go ahead and fill in their cards. Here we can think about those face cards as having a value of 0. So the student on the top, they created a decimal of 683 thousandths, and the student on the bottom created a decimal of 902 thousandths. So the student that has the comparison that is greater, they win the round. Another fluency activity that you might consider is playing close decimals. So you can ask for a decimal that's between 0 and 1. So here the question says, can you think of a decimal that is between 0 and 1? And a student says 1/10. And then ask for a different decimal that's even closer to 0 or 1. So my question might say, can you think of a decimal that's even closer? 5/10. And then we keep going until we get to one of the closest decimals that we can think of to 1, or whatever your target number may be. A technologically based game that you might consider is playing Fruit Splat. Here students can compare decimals, and they get an option whether they want to play level 1, level 2, level 3. And so as they're playing Fruit Splat, here I'm comparing 3/10 to 1/10, and I have to figure out which of those symbols is used to compare those decimals. I can also do it here. You can see with like more complicated decimals, such as comparing decimals to the thousandths and thousandths and hundredths. I told you it was so hard for me to say those THS sounds. And here's another example from Fruit Splat. So one of the things I would like you to think about are what are some of the fluency activities that you might use to help your students build that fluency for comparison of decimals.